Hey guys, today I'm gonna show you my top 5 and an additional SoloQue pick on patch 3, 3 to 12. And I'm playing on High Diamond, and I will just show you my opinions basically. So first, AAtrox. AAtrox comes, well, basically from the World Tournament. Where Cyanide played him, and some Chinese teams played him as well. He has very high damage early with his third hit. The passive proc is pretty strong. And the really special thing about Atrix is the free revive. You might think they got it as well, but it's really kind of different from Atrix's, because Atrix is a safe revive, if you want to call it like this. The cool thing about the Atrox revive is you can tower dive an enemy on the 3 or 4 basically for free. If you die, you can just revive and walk out. So first bloods are getting a lot easier with him. His win rate is currently at something like 52%, and that's pretty good for a Janna basically. So let's go on. Amumu. Amumu is still one of the highest win rates at all. He has hard to see, really good clear times, and he's basically really tanky, but still does a lot of damage with his ult and Q and W especially. What makes Amumu didn't get nerfed or buffed in the recent patch, but just some people learned to play him with some new ideas like Spellman Amumu and so on. And that's why he's getting such a win rate boost in the last patches. So, Janna. The thing about Janna is it's basically the most OP thing about her is the global passive she got. You can just, everyone on the map gets these 3% bonus movement speed, and it's a really nice path. Sometimes you might not think about it, but sometimes it just can rescue your life, and that's really cool about it. With a Janna on your lane, your AD carry has a very safe life because this big shield, and the ultimate you can just disengage rapidly if you want to, and it's basically a pretty safe lane. There are, I think, no safer lanes. You can also disengage with your Q, and that's what makes their teamfight impact so big. You got a lot of disengage. If you gotta go out, like you can counter attempts like Ken with your ult, and for example also Sag or everything that basically needs to be in you can throw them out, and that's the big point about Janna. So our next champ is Aria. The thing about Aria is she's really mobile. She can, with her 3 ulti stacks especially, 360 isn't that mobile. But after 6 with the 3 ultimate stacks, there's no escape basically. And she's basically played on mid lane. That's normal. And if you go roaming, you got a charm. That's a pretty nice CC tool, and you can lock up enemies with it. That's what makes your roaming potential so high. And the cool thing about Aria is, if you get some kills, you start to snowball really hard, and you can one hit their supports or AD carries, most likely with the DFG. And that's what makes her win rate so high, like 52%. I think pretty much the same as AAtrox. Yeah, and that's are basically my champs, but I got 1 or 2 more that I want to mention especially. Kassadin, he really came out at the World Tournament, where Xpecker played him a lot, in his win over Cloud9, and he showed the true power of this champ. Also, Royal Club played it against SK Telecom 2-1 and had a really good game, at least for Kassadin, while the rest of the team wasn't doing that well. But Kassadin was quite strong. He has the high roaming potential. With his ultimate, he can be everywhere really fast, especially if you take teleport with you. That's you will come from everywhere and you will be everywhere basically. Your snowball potential is one of the highest in the all game. If you get some kills, you're not. There's no way to stop you basically, because yeah, you get some items with the kills and get some damage done. The damage will get so high that there isn't anything that can stop you, and you can just basically jump out every time you want. And that's a strong burst Kassadin has. And the ultimate is the best reposition tool. If you're like out of position and get catched by a stun, you got always the chance to jump out of it just by pressing arrow in any direction. That's pretty cool. That's what basically only a few champs have. It's basically a free flash every 3 seconds, and that's really, really strong. Okay, going next is Kayle. Kayle has a really high burst, a real strong ultimate, and she has consistent damage. She's not like any, you can burst something and then you got nothing anymore, or Twisted Fate for some seconds and you got a kite or anything. You just got consistent damage, and you can also heal yourself in lane, what's pretty much keeping you alive most of the time. The ultimate is really powerful because you can just shield your AD carry or AP or yourself basically. You most likely will be the AP carry or the top laner, and if you do so and they focus you, you can just nullify a lot of the damage, and that's something only Kai got. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, there we go. This was my top 6 SoloQue champs in the Lucian era, patch 3.2.12. And yeah, I would like to see you try those out. They're really cool and really interesting. And if you want to get some higher, you can just play them. They're really strong picks right now. See you on the field of justice. Thank you for watching.